Are you sick of looking at Netflix and you don't know what to watch?
So many movies out there, you don't know which ones are good, which ones were bad.
You curious about what's out there?
I'm Joey Powers.
I'm Don Treller.
This is the best pictures.
The ones you don't want to miss.
Hit it. Say hello to my little friend.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Winners go home and prom queen.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I don't deserve this. Deserves got nothing to do with it. No sequel for you.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of The Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
Hey, and I'm Don Treller. Welcome to the show.
So this week we're going to be talking about films that are no longer politically correct.
Right, because times have changed.
Yes, and it's definitely going to be a very fun episode. But first on...
Well, I wanted to tell you that this show wouldn't be possible without the help from the people here at Fact 8. This show it's free. You know, we get to do this as members of the community, and you can do it too. All you got to do is go to the website, check out down at the bottom there, check out times that you can come in here.
It's fact8.com.
Fact 8 is open from Monday to Friday, 10 to 7, if you want to drop in here and talk to people and find out how you can get your own show. Hopefully you won't bump ours. We've been doing this for quite a while.
A lot of episodes now, yeah. You know, so yeah, it's been. We're going to start running out of stuff. We're going to just start talking about the same stuff over and over again, which
I bet we've done this
we
before.
do anyway. So, but just a quick rundown of the weekend box office. Inside Out 2 again.
What's the number one movie?
$57.5 million. It's up to $470 million domestically. A shocker for me. A Quiet Place Day One, the prequel to A Quiet Place. Opened at second, $52.2 million, with neither of the big stars from the original two movies in it. It was
Right.
John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. Neither one of them. I don't think either one of them are associated with it at all. So that was a very big surprise that it opened up that high. Horizon: An American Saga, Chapter 1. That's a new Kevin Costner Western.
Right.
Opened respectable, $11.05 million. Bad Boys, Ride or Die is number 4 at 10.3, and the number 5 was, I don't even know what it is, Kaiki 2898 AD, 5.4.
I don't know what that is either.
I have no idea. I've never
It
even
wasn't
heard
on
of
our release list.
it. No, but that was the top 5 of the weekend.
Well, speaking of releases, let's see, we're coming up on 4th of July. So Wednesday, July 3rd, Despicable Me 4.
4.
Fourth installment.
Why
is
do
gonna
they
be
keep
opening up.
making the same movie over and over? I mean, obviously it's because they make money. Inside
Right.
Out 2 has $470 million, so
Kids like it.
There's obviously going to be an Inside Out 3. I
Right.
mean, no question.
This has Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig.
But isn't there like a spin-off of those two? Isn't there like one just called Minions? That's a spin-off?
Yeah, there is, isn't there?
So they have a lot of those movies.
I don't know if it was like a big release or
I
whatever.
mean, they must be making a ton of money if they keep making them, you know? I mean,
4th of July has a couple of movies, nothing really big here.
we did mention Netflix has Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. That's premiering on Thursday.
Oh, this week. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
So I'll be watching that probably on Thursday if I'm not working.
Friday, July 5th has, looks like the big release is going to be called Maxine with,
That's that horror movie, right?
three triple X's in it.
I mean,
Which stars Mia Goth. She's become like the new Scream Queen.
gotcha. I think pretty much there weren't going to be a lot of wide releases because everybody knew
No.
Despicable Me was coming out. So, like, why bother? That's going to, like, rule the weekend, no question.
There's Boneyard with Mel Gibson and 50 Cent. That's your releases for this week.
We do have to actually have a series, an episode of How the Mighty Have Fallen. We really do. Mel Gibson is reduced to being in a movie with 50 Cent.
Right.
Wow. He has 2 Oscars. He's been nominated for I don't know how many, but he does have 2 Oscars, Best Director and Best Picture for Braveheart. You know, one of the biggest stars in the world for a very long time.
Right.
Forever had the highest R-rated movie of all time in Passion of the Christ, and now he's in a movie with 50 Cent. All right, well,
I don't know, man.
good luck, Mel. Maybe don't get drunk and run your mouth to a cop or something, I guess.
Right. July 12th has Fly Me to the Moon with Scarlett Johansson, Channing Tatum, Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, yeah, I want to see that. That's got a good. I don't think Channing Tatum can act to save his life, but
No.
I think Scarlett Johansson's a really good actress, and I love Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, so it should be halfway decent.
Yeah, no, I would
I
definitely.
wonder,
watch
let's look and see who's directing it. If it's anybody big, anybody we know. Greg Berlotti.
I have no idea who that is.
Okay, let's see what Greg Berlotti's done. Just out of curiosity, people.
Greg
We're gonna-
Berlotti.
Oh,
Definitely never
he
heard
looks
of him.
wicked young. It's not that super young. He's in his 50s. He's known for Love, Simon, which I haven't seen. It's supposed to be a good movie. The Flash TV series. Green Lantern, Arrow. Doesn't look like there's a lot of stuff. He doesn't have a lot of stuff on here.
So he's basically like Warner Brothers, kind of. That sounds it.
I guess, yeah. He's not a, well, to put a producer stuff. Let's see, he's got 5 director credits. Let's see what his director credits are. Fly Me to the Moon, Love, Simon, Political Animals. It's a TV miniseries. Life as We Know It, and The Broken Hearts Club, a romantic comedy.
Life as We Know It. What is that?
Let's look at
That
it.
sounds familiar.
Does sound familiar. It's PG-13.
Is that
It's
Josh Duhamel and
Catherine
Catherine Heigl?
Hagel.
Yeah. Okay.
Have
I
you
think-
seen this?
Yeah, it's not very good.
2 single adults become caregivers to an orphaned girl when their mutual best friends
Yeah, die in a car accident. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't very good.
Gets a 6.5,
It's not that good.
which is watchable.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No?
I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, it's it's like a romantic comedy. It's a gushy movie, you know. Obviously, they don't like each other at first, but then they have to friggin', bond or whatever because they're both taking care of this kid and they end up falling in love. It's a typical stupid.
Well, speaking of reviews, I brought this in. This is Rocket Man. It's
I have not seen that.
what year did it come out? I don't know. I can't see what year it says on it.
2017, 2018, something
Yeah,
like that.
I didn't think you would want to see it because it's a musical. So,
Yeah, I liked Walk the Line.
it's like an Elton John
I like
musical.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
So I like some.
Well, maybe you would like this.
I don't know. I mean, that's Taron Egerton, right?
Yeah.
He's a decent actor. I've seen him in a couple.
Yeah, he did a
things.
good job. It's just this. The movie was. This is my review of the movie, right? So I watched this one this week, just randomly. I just picked it out from the library. I thought it was kind of.
Oh,
cool.
so you'd never seen it until just recently?
No.
Okay.
No, and I was a big fan of Elton John in the '70s. I liked like some of the real good, like classic Elton John songs.
Came out 2019, by the way.
Wow, so it's 5 years old already.
Yeah.
Holy Moses,
What-
time flies.
So, all right. So you're gonna give it your rating. Do you know what it got on IMDb?
I did. I looked it up.
Okay.
Okay, I watched it and I thought this is a watchable movie, but it's nothing special.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of thought it was like a 6.5, 6.7. It got what, like 7.
7.3.
Yeah. I don't think it's that good.
7.3 is kind of high. I still think like 6.5 is kind of.
I think it's okay. It's not a boring movie,
You wouldn't watch it again.
but I wouldn't watch it again. I didn't think it was. I don't know. I just conceptually, I guess I wasn't really that big into it. And they really like skip over stuff too. It's like they don't talk much about. They talk about the '70s when he was really big, and then after that, they just kind of falls off a cliff. Like they don't tell you whatever happened to this guy after that. They have a little postscript at the end. Well, Elton John started this, charitable, organization or whatever, which is very cool.
I know this is gonna sound like a stupid question, but he is still alive, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just
he's gotta be
stopped-
pretty old though, right?
Yeah, I guess he's got to. Well, he's got to be in his 70s, I would think. And he just did his final tour recently. He
Like
went on.
forever? Like that's it?
Well, that's what he said. You never know. A lot
Yeah,
of
no.
these guys do that. They say it's their final tour, and then I don't know, they get hard up for cash or something. They go out again.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we were going to get back. We were going to talk about politically incorrect movies that weren't politically incorrect at the time, but over the course of time, they're not really acceptable by today's standards. We got into this because we were talking last week, if you watched our show, we were talking about the Brat Pack. And we kind of started to talk about people that were kind of on the cusp of the Brat Pack. And we talked about The Outsiders, which starred C. Thomas Howell. Well, C. Thomas Howell did a movie called Soul Man, where he puts on blackface and tries to get into Harvard Law School because at the time there was a big thing about what was the name of it? They called it. It was a program at a lot of schools where they would let minorities in. They would try to get more and more minorities into the schools. Affirmative action.
Oh, yep.
So that was a big thing in the 80s or whatever. So this was kind of playing on that whole thing. So he tries to take advantage of affirmative action by putting on blackface and pretending to be a black student and going to Harvard Law. So at the time, I don't think it did. I should have looked at it. I don't think it did like really great. I don't think people like loved it or anything, but I think it kind of ruined his career because he didn't do a whole lot of other stuff after that. I mean, he was pretty hot right around that time. Like he did Outsiders.
Yeah,
He
Red
did
Dawn.
Red Dawn. He did
The
The
Hitcher. Apparently had a small part in E.T., which I don't think either one of us knew that he was in E.T.
No, it's kind of weird. Outsiders, Hitcher. Did I miss any? Red Dawn. So let me see Soul Man. I wanted to see what Soul Man.
I mean, I
got.
really liked Red Dawn. I'm sure you've seen Red Dawn, right?
Oh yeah, I thought it was awesome.
I thought it was a really good movie. I mean, the opening scene when they're parachuting, I like that. That's like creepy. Like, it's like that was insane. And that was what, like 84? You said?
Yeah.
That's 40 years old now.
Right.
That's crazy.
Well, they remade it too.
Did you? I was going to ask you, have you seen the remake?
No.
It's actually not bad. It's not as good as the original, but it's not bad. They actually did pretty well.
Yeah.
It's got like the kid from the Hunger Games is in it, and one of the not Thor, but his brother, I think. Liam Hemsworth, I think, is in it. I mean, it's got a decent cast, but it wasn't a bad movie. But the original is just
much better.
You got Charlie Sheen, you got Patrick Swayze, you got C. Thomas Howell. I think Leah Thompson was in it.
Let's look and see.
I mean, it had a really good cast.
Who directed that one? Because that was pretty good.
I don't know.
Anyway, Soul Man got 5.3. Red Dawn only gets. Did you see what it gets on there?
No, I'm looking it up right now.
6.3.
Wow, that's definitely lowballing.
Directed by John Milius. So yeah, they had a name director there. That's pretty good. Yeah, both
Jennifer
of us,
Grey,
both of us are in agreement. Okay, that movie is better than a 6.3.
Definitely a lot better than a 6.3.
Because I've seen it a few times now.
Harry Dean Stanton's in it. Yeah, that's got a really good cast.
Good, yeah, it was a good movie. So some of the movies that we were going to talk about.
That?
You think that's
politically correct to make now? You think?
Yeah, well, they remade it.
Yeah, but that was what, 10 years ago, 12 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, now ever since everything's come out, like the last 5 years or so, I mean.
What, like you think they wouldn't do that because of the Iron Curtain?
I don't know. I mean,
falling and everything.
I'm just curious. I mean,
it wouldn't be of interest. It wouldn't be as interesting as it was in 1984. But
no,
I mean, I guess you could still make it.
One movie that I noticed on your list, Borat.
Borat.
Could you imagine if they tried making that today?
I can't. I mean,
it's.
I'm surprised he got it made to begin with.
And then they made a sequel.
Yeah.
But I mean, that movie is just. There's nothing correct about that movie at all. Like nothing. And it doesn't it's not shy about insulting anyone.
But we thought it was funny.
It was very funny.
And I think the same could be said if you look back. One of the other movies that I put on this list was Blazing Saddles,
which I did not like.
You didn't like that movie?
I didn't like Blazing Saddles at all. I'm not a Mel Gibson fan or Mel Brooks fan for some reason.
Yeah, so it's not really. I guess it's like that with Mel Brooks and with Woody Allen. A lot of people that are kind of like outside of like New York, Los Angeles, they don't have that sense of humor. They don't. You can't appreciate it, and it is a little bit far out because I watched it. We did a comedy show one time. We were talking about some of the best comedies, and I watched that movie again, and I wasn't nearly as amused as I was back in the day.
Really, when it first came out? Yeah.
And in case if you haven't seen it, what it has to do with is. I forget how it happens, but this town out in the West, it's like a Western, and this guy comes in and he's the sheriff, but he's black. So the new sheriff is a black sheriff, and all the racial stuff that goes along with it. And to be honest with you, some of it's funny. It's funny. The movie's got a lot of funny bits to it, but they. Mel Brooks is Jewish, right? So he pushes the line a lot with Jewish stuff. So he makes fun of, the Holocaust and stuff. Back in the old days with the producers, they're trying to produce this musical called Hitler on Ice. So, it's this. he makes fun of everything.
Right,
And he
yeah.
did back in the day, and he made fun of racism. He had people with, KKK with hoods or whatever. And actually, I think the black guy wears a hood at one point to try to
I
get
think
into
you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
a part. Anyway, it's like Borat. It's not politically correct. But, would you say like, oh, well, we can't watch it anymore? No, I don't think we should ban the movie by any means.
Oh yeah, no.
Because I think you could say that. I'm just trying to think if there's another one. Okay, another movie that's on the comedy list is Something About Mary, which makes fun of people with disabilities.
Yeah.
Because one of the characters has
her brother. What's his name?
crutches or whatever. Oh, and then him. I totally
the
forgot
brother.
him.
Don't forget about the brother. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Franks and Beans.
Yeah, Franks and Beans. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess
That's the Farley brothers, though. I mean, that's just
right.
that's their kind of comedy, like sense of humor. Like anybody that's seen Dumb and Dumber. It's like you can tell that the people that made Dumb and Dumber did there's something about Mary. You can definitely see like the similarities,
Yeah.
in, like the goofball comedy or whatever.
I mean, and for a long time, people were pushing the edge with comedy. I'm trying to think what the woman's name is. She's a female comedian, and she always has a lot of jokes about dating black guys. I'm not going to remember her name. Forget it.
Yeah.
My brain is like addled with holes, so I can't remember all these things. But there's a comedian, and she's very, very famous. She does a lot of the roasts and things like that. A lot of jokes about dating black guys.
Are you talking about the redhead?
I think so. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. We're not thinking the same.
Yeah,
one.
I don't know. I can't remember her name.
She's got an Italian name. She's Italian.
It's not Rachel something, right?
No, I don't think
okay.
so. Anyway, so comedy. This is one of the things that it's politically incorrect. People push the edges with comedies. Another one that's on the list is Airplane. Airplane is a hilarious movie, but it did have a lot of bits. It had the bits about the pilot trying to seduce the little boy. Hey Timmy, would you like to?
Yeah.
Have you ever? What does he say? Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
I haven't seen that movie in a long. I haven't seen that
Right.
movie since I was a kid.
Well, and then they've got the part where the waitress is talking to some black guys on the plane, and they had some kind of what's the word? I'm trying to think what the thing was, but they're speaking almost like in another language because they're speaking with all the hip, stuff of the day, jive, right? So they're talking, and the woman doesn't understand what they're saying, and then this woman, an older woman, says, "Excuse me, I speak jive." So that's not funny anymore. Like, we're not supposed to laugh at stuff like that, which, I guess it's a good thing we're trying not to hurt people's feelings, but to a certain degree,
I mean,
people are going to do it. I mean, comedy is always going to do this. A lot
no,
of the scary movies
Yeah.
did the same type of thing. We were talking about Soul Man. There's a flip side to that. There's a movie called White Chicks with Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yes.
I forget why. I don't know why they were trying to dress as white
stupid.
chicks.
Yeah, no. Wasn't it to get into were they like spying on someone in a dorm or something like
In a
that?
sorority or
yeah,
something?
I think that's what it was. Because I think they're like undercover cops, right? I think that's. I don't remember it. It was stupid. I remember that. It was definitely
Right.
stupid.
But that's not politically correct either, that we're
not
trying
at
to
all.
masquerade. So I wanted to go back at some of the other ones too. Like one of the ones, I wanted to bring this movie up. Oh crap. Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind, they don't like the portrayal of slavery and stuff in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Gone with the Wind?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic movie. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time because I'm not really
No,
a
I
huge
haven't.
fan of that movie.
I'm
But,
not, and it's so long too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terribly long.
but it doesn't take away from the relevance. I mean, what they were trying to do is they were trying to have a picture of that time period, and they were doing it during slavery. So I guess they didn't really like the way the slaves were portrayed in the movie. I don't know. But that's one of those movies that's kind of hot button, politically incorrect
yeah.
nowadays.
And that's considered an all-time classic. I mean,
Exactly.
Here's
Here's another one, kind of a kids movie, right? Oh, I wanted to mention in kids movies. I wanted to mention Song of the South. I was telling you this
you were
about this
telling me
last
about
week.
that. Yeah.
Song of the South is a Disney movie. It's part animation, it's part live action, And my father took me to that when I was a little kid. And I remember it being, being a fun movie. I really liked it and everything. But I think there's a part where they call one of the characters gets tar spilled on him, and they call it the tar baby. And that's like absolutely totally incorrect. You can't rent Song of the South. You can't
you said
buy
you can't
Song
find
of the
it
South.
anywhere, right?
You can't get it. It's like totally unavailable. You have to go to like some Eastern European country to get a copy. I mean, it's like that's how far away they got from Song of the South.
It gets a 6.9.
People like
That's
it. It's a good movie.
That's a good rating.
But you're not allowed to watch it anymore.
That's crazy.
I mean, it almost sounds like it's like porn or
I
something.
know.
But it's
worse than
it's a
porn.
Disney movie.
I mean, it's terrible.
Now here's another kids movie, right? Another Disney's Dumbo. Dumbo, I don't know if you can get that movie anymore, but that has some characters of the crows, these crows that are kind of making fun of Dumbo, but they're obviously modeled on black characters. And they said they felt like it was the portrayal of the crows is too racist. So I know they remade it. I guarantee they did not make it with the crows the same way. Mm-hmm. But that's like back in the day. So it's like anytime you watch some of the Looney Tunes or stuff like that from way back in the day before I was
Well, didn't they take Elmer Fudd's gun away or something like that?
Did they?
I'm pretty sure, it was a big thing when they had all this, like all the things with, Aunt Jemima and this and that and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they took Elmer Fudd's gun away from
So what did they do? They, digitally took it out?
I have no idea. I heard about it. I never actually looked it up because I thought it was stupid. But it was, like during the whole thing where everybody was getting offended by every single thing on Earth. And so I had to change every single thing. And I'm pretty sure that, that was one of the things was Elmer Fudd's not allowed to have a gun anymore.
Wow.
Isn't that ridiculous? It's a goddamn cartoon.
Right.
Sorry. But it's a cartoon. It's a joke, I mean, it's like...
Well, people take this stuff very seriously. And another category of some of these politically incorrect is since the Me Too.
Right, yeah.
So you're looking at movies like Lolita, which was based on a famous book.
Yeah. That's...
James Mason.
But that was Jeremy Irons, right?
Oh, Jeremy Irons redid it, because
Yeah.
they made that movie several times.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a remake. But I did see that. Him and I think Dominique Swain plays the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could definitely not make that movie nowadays.
I mean, that's something that's politically incorrect of him having an affair with a.
Was she 13 or 14, something like that?
Something, yeah.
Yeah, she was really, really young. But along the lines of the same thing, American Beauty.
I was going to bring that up.
Not just because of Kevin Spacey itself, but because of the relationship he has with his daughter's best friend.
Right.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time. That's a classic. I've watched that within the last few months. But you can't make that now.
I don't know, man.
I mean, that's tough.
I think people that are down. I think people are down on that. You miss the point of the movie.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Because that
that's
buys
just
into
a
the whole
side.
thing.
That's a side part
Right.
of the movie. That's not what the movie's about at all.
And he doesn't sleep with her. He doesn't in the movie. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I mean it's 25 years old. So,
Right, but the whole, kind of lusting after her, is all part of that whole theme of the movie.
Yeah.
Which won Best Picture that year?
It did. He won Best Actor. It won Best Screenplay, it won Best Director, it won a lot of Academy, it won 4 or 5 Academy Awards, all the big ones.
Right.
She didn't win, Annette Bening didn't win Best
Let's see what
Actress.
that movie gets.
It's got to be mid 8s. I'd say 8.3, 8.4.
That's your guess?
Yeah, it's got to be pretty high.
Yeah. Okay. 8.5 is what I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm going to say 8.3.
American Beauty.
It's definitely IMDb's top 100.
8.3.
Yeah, I guarantee it's top 100.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Sam Mendes directed it. Mm-hmm. Annette Bening, Thora Birch.
That was his directorial debut in America.
And it has Wes Bentley. Oh,
yeah.
It was?
Yeah, that was his directorial debut in America. I think he was British. He's married, or he was. I don't know if he still is. Married to Kate Winslet.
Oh, wow.
He was when he won.
So he may not anymore.
Well, we're talking 25. I think he came out in 99, 2000, something like that.
Let's look. 1999. Wow, you're right on.
I went and saw it with my aunt in the movie theater.
Mina Savard. Oh, Allison Janney's in the movie too.
Yeah.
Chris Cooper. Well, Chris Cooper obviously is in that movie because he plays a very
Peter Gallagher.
character. Peter Gallagher.
Yeah, Chris Cooper. Yep.
Scott Bakula's in the
Well,
movie.
who's the girl? His daughter. Is that Christina
Thora-
Ricci?
Thora
Birch. Yeah. You know, so that's got a good cast. But that's a real. What is it ranked on IMDb? It should say.
It says on here where it's ranked.
Yeah, it should go down a little. A little more. Right there. Top rated movie number 79?
76.
76, yeah. Which I agree. That's definitely one of my favorites of all time.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie. I mean, I
It
would
is.
watch it again, and I've seen it a couple of times already.
Yeah, I've watched that movie a lot.
So I mean, I would hate to see that movie banned because of that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of like, but it really.
It's kind of like a double whammy though, because it's him on top of that.
Right.
You know? It's like
Kevin
almost,
Spacey.
It almost like has to be abolished, you know?
Right. And there were some other movies like that too. I mean, Last Tango in Paris is that's pretty controversial because supposedly they made the actress do some stuff that she wasn't comfortable with at the time. They sprung a scene on her at the last minute and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I don't think that would go down well today.
There's also a movie called The Brown Bunny, where I should look it up because I'm going to forget the actress's name. We're running out of time.
We are running out of time.
Okay, let me look this up.
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Brown Bunny. Vincent Gallo directed this movie, and he hasn't done much since Brown Bunny.
What year did that come out?
Brown Bunny gets 4.9,
When did it come out? What year?
2003, and it's Chloe Sevigny. She's the one. She's the one that she did something in the movie. They felt like I don't know if she afterwards said she wasn't comfortable doing this thing in the movie, and so I don't know. So that's part of the Me Too movie.
Yeah,
stuff
no,
too.
that makes sense. That's understandable. But we do have to wrap it up.
All right. Well, hopefully, you enjoyed this discussion talking about some of these.
Yeah, and we will definitely have another fun topic to talk about next week, as always.
Definitely. So tune in next week, and
I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler. These are the ones you don't want to miss.
Tell them you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Here's Johnny.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.